everyone. See, in the earlier class, you came across the concept of statement of the law of demand. Statement of the law of demand, what does it say? Other things remaining constant, the price of the goods increases, then the demand for the good decreases. And when the price of the good decreases, then the demand for the good increases. And we came to know that there is an inverse relation between the quantity of demand of a good and the price of a good. Then after that we came across the concept like a linear demand curve can be represented as D of P is equal to A minus BP. Okay. Then after that you have solved one of the problem related to the given demand equation where the different prices have been given there and we have calculated the quantity of a good what you want to purchase. Okay. So today we shall know about the demand schedule. Okay. Demand schedule. What do you mean by demand? Demand means a quantity of a commodity what a consumer can purchase and he can afford to buy with a given price of a product and according to his income, with his given income. That can be called as what? Demand. So today we shall know about the demand schedule, what does it mean and what are the different types of demand schedule along with the examples. Okay. So what is this demand schedule means? Demand schedule means it's a table which shows the different quantities of goods at a different prices of a good. Okay. So demand schedule means it shows a table. It tells about that how much of different quantity of goods you can purchase at a different prices of a good. That is known as what your demand schedule. So we can say that it shows the different it's a table which shows the different quantities of goods at different prices and at different prices of good. Okay. So that is known as what your demand schedule. See, we have two different types of demand schedule. One is individual demand schedule we call, and the another one, that is the second one, is market demand schedule. So let us know about that one by one. Okay. What is the first one? First one is individual demand schedule. Individual demand schedule, and another one is market demand schedule. Market demand schedule. Okay. So let us know one by one. What is the first type here? It is individual demand schedule. First, let us know about the concept of individual demand schedule. Okay. So what is this individual means? Individual means what? One or a single. So here we can observe a individual consumer demand. Okay. So as an individual person or as a consumer, how much of commodity I am ready to buy at a given price. So that is known as what your individual demand schedule. ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಶೆಡ್ಯೂಲ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ, ಈಗ ನಾನೇ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಅಂದರೆ ನಾನೇ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ನ ಅಂದರೆ, ಸೊ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ನ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಇಷ್ಟಿಷ್ಟು ಬೆಲೆ ಇದ್ದಾಗ, ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರೈಸಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟೆಷ್ಟು ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತ ನಾವೇನು ಮೆಷರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಥವಾ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀವೋ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೇನು ಕರಿಬೋದು, ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಶೆಡ್ಯೂಲ್. ಸೊ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರೈಟ್ individual demand schedule as what? It's a demand schedule that shows the demand of an individual consumer for a commodity in relation to its price. Okay, so we can say that it is a demand schedule that depicts, or we can say that shows the demand of an individual consumer, how much of quantity will purchase at a different price. So individual consumer or individual customer for a commodity in relation to its price or prices. ಓಕೆ, ಅಂದರೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ಗ್ರಾಹಕ ಆದಂಥವ್ರು ಒಂದು ವಸ್ತುವಿನ ಬೆಲೆ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರೈಸಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ, ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ₹10 ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ₹20, ₹50 ಈ ರೀತಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗ, ಸೊ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರೈಸಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ನ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಒಂದೇ ವಸ್ತುನ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಮೊತ್ತದಲ್ಲಿ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ ಅಥವಾ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಶೆಡ್ಯೂಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಈಗ ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಅಲಾಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ಆನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್. ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಮೂಲಕ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡ್ರಾ ಅ ಗ್ರಾಫಿಕಲ್ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಓಕೆ, example. First let us take price of a commodity, or you can say good or a product. That is P is price. Say we are having a X product. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ತಗೋಬಹುದು. Let me say the product or good is X. Then we can represent that as what? PX. Then here the quantity demanded, that is we call it as QX. It can be expressed in units. Okay, let me express this price in rupees. I'll express manually. Okay, so we have two columns here, price of a commodity on one side, that is PX, then quantity demanded, that is QX in units on other side. So let me take any values, like say for example 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. So you can see here the price is increasing. Then the quantity of a commodity, what you want to purchase, let it be 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. It's an imaginary example. You can take any value. So to explain individual demand schedule, I have taken this example. That's it. Okay. So you'll notice price of the commodity. If you analyze this table or this demand schedule, you can interpret in this manner. That is, when the price of a commodity is ₹100, a customer or a consumer is able to buy 50 units of a product. Okay. Then when the price of a commodity is ₹200, then a consumer can purchase 40 units of a commodity. Okay, then when the price of a good or a commodity is rupees 300, a customer can purchase 30 units of a commodity. Then after that, when the price is rupees 400, a customer can purchase 20 units of a commodity. Then when the price of a commodity is rupees 500, then the quantity demanded by a customer or by a consumer is how much? Is 10 units. See, here you can observe that the law of demand is applicable. That is, when the price is increasing, the quantity demanded is decreasing. ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಒಂದು ವಸ್ತುವಿನ ಬೆಲೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ. 100 rupees ಇತ್ತು, 100 rupees ಇದ್ದಾಗ ನೀವು 50 units ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ, 50 units ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ನ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ 200 rupees ಆದಾಗ 40 units ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ನ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ 300 rupees ಆದಾಗ 30 units ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ನ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ಅಂದರೆ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋದಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋಂಥ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ನೋಡಿ, ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 500 ಇದೆ, 500 rupees ಇದ್ದಾಗ just you are purchasing how much? 10 units of a commodity. Okay, this is a law of demand we can say. So it is applicable even in the individual demand schedule as well as in the market demand schedule also. That I will explain it later. Okay, so this is about the example. See, we can have an individual demand curve also. What is this individual demand curve? If I add a graphical representation of this demand schedule, that can be called as what? Your individual demand curve. So now let us look into that. Okay, this is x-axis, this is y-axis. On x-axis, let me take the quantity of a product in units, quantity in units. Okay, this is origin O. On y-axis, let me consider the price of a good. Then let us plot the values. First, if you, okay, we have to write the values. You can see the prices are in a difference of 100 rupees. So let me write the values here: 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. Okay, quantity you can observe there is a difference of 10 units. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay, let us plot the values on that diagram. When the price is rupees 100, then what is the quantity demanded? It is 50. So 100 is the price. When the price is 100, the unit what I want to purchase is how much? 50 units. Next, when the price is rupees 200, then how much you are going to purchase? What is the unit of purchase? 40. So 200 is how much here? 200 is price, quantity of purchase is 40. Then when the price is rupees 300, 300 rupees idre ನೀವು ಎಷ್ಟು ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ನ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ? 30 units. So 300, then 30. Then the next one is, when the price is rupees 400, then what is the quantity of demand? 20. So 400, then here we have 20 units of product what I want to purchase. Then when the price is rupees 500, 500 rupees ಇದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ನ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? 10 units ಇದೆ. So 500 is the price, then the 10 units of quantity you are going to purchase. Price in rupees ಅಂತ ಬರ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. So let me join these points. See, you can see here the slope is moving in a downward direction. Andre, when the price is increasing, the quantity of goods that is in demand is decreasing. Alva? So we can see a downward sloping. Okay. So this is about individual demand schedule. See, first we came to know about the concept of individual demand schedule. Individual demand schedule means what? It shows the individual customer quantity of product what you want to purchase and at different prices. And we can conclude that when the price of a good is increasing, the demand for a good is decreasing. Okay, we had an example, that is demand schedule we have written here. Then after that we have a graphical representation of this demand schedule, that is it is a individual demand curve. Okay, individual demand curve. So this is about individual demand schedule. Next, let us know about the second type of second type of demand schedule, that is market demand schedule. Next is market demand schedule. Market demand schedule means it is the summation of the individual demand schedule in the market ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಹಾಗಾದರೆ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಜನ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಥವಾ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಶೆಡ್ಯೂಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಸಮ್ ಅಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸಿಗೋ ಅಂಥದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಶೆಡ್ಯೂಲ್. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ಸ್ ಹೂ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ and at a different prices. So if you add all those different individual demand schedule, you can get this market demand schedule. So how can you define this? Means it is the sum of the individual demand schedule, sum of the individual demand schedule and depicts the demand of different customers, for a commodity in relation to its price. Commodity in relation to its price. So this is the meaning of market demand schedule. What does this market demand schedule means? It is a sum of the individual demand schedules. Already previously we came to know what is individual demand schedules. Alva? So ಆ ರೀತಿ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಶೆಡ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ. ಅವಾಗ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ನ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಥವಾ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಅಟ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರೈಸಸ್, ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬೆಲೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ. ಸೊ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋದಂಗೆ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ನ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ಸ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಷ್ಟು ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಶೆಡ್ಯೂಲ್ನ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಸಿಗೋವಂಥದ್ದು ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಶೆಡ್ಯೂಲ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ವಿ ಸೇ ದಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ sum of the individual demand schedules which shows, depicts means which shows the demand of different customers in the market, which shows the different quantities of goods what they want to purchase at different prices. Okay. Then we can have one of the example for this market demand schedule. So here we have to take two different quantities of goods we can say. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇಬ್ರು ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ, ಆಗಾಗ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟೀಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಟೆಲಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಶೆಡ್ಯೂಲ್. ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ ಮೀ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ market demand schedule. First let me have the price of a commodity, X, then I can write it as P X. Okay, then quantity demanded by consumer A. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಅಥವಾ ಎ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಅನ್ನೋರು ಎಷ್ಟು ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿನ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಕ್ಯೂ ಎ. ದೆನ್ ಲೆಟ್ ಮಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಬಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡೆಡ್ by consumer B. I can represent that as what? QB. Okay. Then here by adding these two I can get what? Market demand. Market demand. So by summing up or by adding these two columns, that is quantity demanded by consumer A and quantity demanded by consumer B, I can get what? Market demand. So I can denote that as what? QA plus QB. QA plus QB in units. This also will be in units. Because they are not measuring which unit it is, so just we will take it as what? Unit, as an example. So let me have different prices like this, that is 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. Okay. Let me have the different quantity demanded by consumer A. 50, 40, 30, 20, then 10. Then by consumer B, when the price is rupees 100, the consumer will purchase different quantity of a commodity X. Same quantity purchase ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇವರೇ ಬೇರೆ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್, ಇವರೇ ಬೇರೆ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್. So he is A consumer, he is B consumer. So let us take a different values. Say like 70, okay, then 60, then 50, 40, 30. So by adding these two, that is the quantity demanded by consumer A and by consumer B, we can get the values like this. So QA plus QB means add these two values, add these two individual demand. Quantity demanded 50 plus 70 is how much? 50 plus 70 is 120. Okay, then again 40 plus 60, 40 plus 60 is how much? It is equal to 100 units. Then 30 plus 50, 30 plus 50 is equal to how much? 80 units. Then 20 plus 40, 20 plus 40 is equal to how much? 60 units. Then 10 plus 30, 10 plus 30 is equal to how much? It is equal to 40 units. So now let us understand about this example. Let us analyze this example. See, market demand schedule ಅಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಶೆಡ್ಯೂಲ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೋ ಅದಿಷ್ಟು ಕೂಡ ನಮಗೆ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಬೈ ಸಮ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಅಪ್ ಆರ್ ಬೈ ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಶೆಡ್ಯೂಲ್ ವಿ ಗೆಟ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಶೆಡ್ಯೂಲ್ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಕಮಾಡಿಟಿ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೆಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಪಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ಕಮಾಡಿಟಿ, ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್. ಓಕೆ, ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟೇಕ್. ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರೈಸಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟೇಕನ್ 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. It is in rupees. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ ಇಬ್ರು ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಥವಾ ಇಬ್ರು ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಎ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಎ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಎ, ದೆನ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಎ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಬಿ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕ್ಯೂ ಬಿ ಅಂತ ಡಿನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಇನ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆಪ್ಪ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಎ ಮತ್ತು ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಬಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸನ್ನು ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಎರಡನ್ನೂ ಕೂಡ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಸಿಗೋದು ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಬೈ ಆ್ಯಡಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ಯೂ ಎ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಕ್ಯೂ ಬಿ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇದೆರಡೇ ಕಾಲಮಲ್ಲಿ ವೆನ್ ದ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಈಸ್ ₹100 ಎ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಎ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ 50 units of a commodity. Okay, but consumer B, how much is purchasing? Is purchasing how much? 70 units. Consumer A, consumer B is different. We know that consumers are having a different taste and preferences. ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಕೆಲವೊಬ್ರು ರೇಟ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ತಗೋಬಹುದು, ಕೆಲವೊಬ್ರು ಕಡಿಮೆ ತಗೋಬಹುದು ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಹಂಗಾಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಬಿ 70 units ಆಫ್ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ನ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಗೇನ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ when the price is ₹200 the quantity demanded by a consumer A ಎಷ್ಟು ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ 40 units ಆಫ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿನ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಬಿ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ 60 units ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಈ ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರಿಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ ದಟ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಬಿ is purchasing more unit of quantity of goods when compared to the A consumer, isn't it? Because he had purchased only 40 but he is purchasing how much? He had purchased 60. Then when the price is 300, price annu duddu eshtiದೆ ಈಗ ₹300 ಆದರೆ consumer A will purchase 30 units of good but consumer B is purchasing 50 units. Okay, then when the price is ₹400 consumer A is purchasing ₹20 and consumer B is purchasing what? 40 units. Then when the price is ₹500 consumer A is purchasing 10 units of a commodity and consumer B is purchasing 30 units of a commodity. Okay, here we can say that the law of demand is applicable here alva. Consumer A agli consumer B agli ಏನಾಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋಂಥ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಆಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ ಏನು ಅಂದರೆ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ವರ್ಸ್ಲಿ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಈಚ್ ಅದರ್. ಲಾ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ರಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ₹100 ಇದ್ದಾಗ 50 ತಗೋತಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ₹200 ಇದ್ದಾಗ 40 ಅಂದರೆ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೋತಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಬಿ ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ₹100 ಇದ್ರೆ 70 units ಆಫ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ, 70 units ಆಫ್ ಗೂಡ್ಸು. ₹200 ಇದ್ರೆ 60 units ಆಫ್ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ನ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಆದರೆ ಇದೆರಡು ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಬರ್ತಿದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಕ್ಯೂ ಎ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಕ್ಯೂ ಬಿ ಅಂದರೆ 50 + 70 ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗೆಟ್ 120 units. ದೆನ್ 40 + 60 I can get 100 units. Then 30 + 50 I can get 80 units. Then 20 + 40 I can get 60 units. Then after that when the price is ₹500 the consumer A how much he can buy 10 units. Then consumer B can purchase 30 units. So by adding that is 10 + 30 that is 40 units. Okay. Here also you can say that even in the market demand schedule, what is happening when the price is increasing? What is happening when the price is increasing? The quantity demanded is also decreasing. The quantity demanded, what is happening? It is what? It is decreasing. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ₹100 ಇದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಲ್ಲಿ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ಸು 120 ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರಂತೆ. ಅದೇ ₹200 ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಪ್ರೈಸು ಏನಾಗ್ತಿದೆ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ 100 ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟು 300 ರುಪೀಸ್ ಆದರೆ 80 ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ನ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ಸು ಅಲ್ವಾ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ 400 ರುಪೀಸ್ ಆದರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು, 60 ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ರುಪೀಸ್ 500 ಆದರೆ 40 ರುಪೀಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅಂದರೆ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಶೆಡ್ಯೂಲ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಶೆಡ್ಯೂಲ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ಸೊ ಒಂದು ವಸ್ತುವಿನ ಬೆಲೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡೆಡ್ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಿದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಿದೆ. ಆಯಿತಾ. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಕರ್ವ್, ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಕರ್ವ್ ಕೂಡ ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರುವಂಥ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸಿಗೆ. ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ ಮೀ ಡ್ರಾ ದಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಏನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಏನು ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸ್ ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ, ಡೆರೈವೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ, ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಬರ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಬುಕ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ. ಆಗಿನ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗಿನ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಈಸಿ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ. ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ ಮೀ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಕರ್ವ್. ಓಕೆ, ನೌ ದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆರ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಈಗ ನಾನೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಕರ್ವ್ ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ನಂತರ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಕರ್ವ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ನೋಡೋಣ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಈಗ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ನೀವು ತಗೋತಾ ಬಂದರೆ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಕರ್ವ್ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಕರ್ವ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತು. ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಕರ್ವ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್, ಎ ಗ್ರಾಫಿಕಲ್ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ವಾಟ್, ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಕರ್ವ್. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಎ ತಗೋಣ. This is origin O, this is what, x-axis, it is y-axis. On x-axis what we have to consider here, quantity demanded, okay, quantity demanded by consumer A. Consumer A means here I am representing what, quantity demanded by consumer A, that is QA, and here I will take price. Price is taken on y-axis, which is expressed in terms of rupees, in rupees, and quantity is expressed in certain units. Okay. So now let us plot the values regarding the quantity demanded by a consumer A. We are having a prices like 100, 200, which is having a difference of 100 rupees. Then here we are having a unit like 50, 40, means which is having a difference of 10 units. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay. So here let me take the prices on y-axis like 100, rupees 200, 300, 400, and what is the last one, maximum price, 500. Okay, let me plot a value. When the price is 100, the quantity demanded is how much, 50 units. So here you will have the value 100 rupee, 50 units. Okay, then when the price is rupees 200, how much quantity you are going to purchase, 40 units. So 200, quantity demand is how much, 40 units. Then when the price is rupees 300, how much you are going to purchase, 30 units. No? So here you can write it, 30 units of quantity you are going to purchase, 300 rupees. Then when the price is rupees 400, 400 rupees ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಅಂದಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟು ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ನೀವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ, 20 units ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ದ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ represents what, this point, 400 rupees, 20 units of quantity of product you are going to purchase. Then when the price is 500, you can purchase 10 units of a quantity. So you can have the point here. Let me join these points. Okay. See, the point is moving in a downward direction. It means what? As the price is increasing, the demand for a commodity is decreasing. That is application of the law of demand. Okay, this is what? This is a consumer demand curve. Here I have written already. Okay, then let me plot the values of consumer B on the diagram. Origin O, this is x axis, this is y axis. Okay, here on x axis, let me take the quantity demanded by consumer B. ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು Q B ಅಂತ ಕೂಡ ಡಿನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅಲ್ವಾ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ y ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ತಗೋತಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನಾನು? ಪ್ರೈಸಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ತಗೋತೀನಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ವಾಟ್? ಇನ್ rupees. Okay, here quantity will be expressed in terms of what? Units. Then let me plot the values. The prices are like 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. Let me write down the values. Quantity are like this. So let me write the values here, which is having a 10 units of difference. $10, $20, $30, $40, $50, $60, $70. $70 is the maximum quantity what I am going to purchase. So we have written the quantities here. Prices 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. Okay. So when the price is 100, how much of quantity of goods a consumer B is purchasing? 70 units alva. 100 rupee ಇದ್ದಾಗ consumer B ಎಷ್ಟು purchase ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ 70 units of goods purchase ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So 100 is the price, quantity is 70. I can mark the point here. Then when the price is rupees 200, how much of quantity a consumer B is purchasing? He is purchasing 60 units of goods. So here is a point. 200 is a price, 60 units is the quantity demanded. Then when the price is rupees 300, how much you are purchasing? 50 units. So 300 and 50 units, the point comes here. Then when the price is rupees 400, how much a consumer is purchasing? Is purchasing 40 units of goods. So you can have the point here. Then when the price is rupees 500, how much a customer is purchasing? Is purchasing 30 units of goods. So the point is here. Now let us join this point. This is a consumer B demand curve. Okay. So again here also what's happening here? When the price is increasing, the quantity demand is decreasing. Okay. Then the third demand curve, the third type will be, it is a what? It is an individual demand curve. Okay. And it is one more individual demand curve. If you add these two, I said that you can get market demand curve or demand schedule. So here what I am going to write now, what we are going to plot the values. So it is a market demand curve. Okay. Origin O, this is x axis, this is y axis. So on x axis we can take what? Quantity demanded by consumer A and consumer B. Quantity demanded by consumer A and consumer B. Okay. Then on y-axis we can take the price of good expressed in rupees. Okay. Then let us plot the values. See, prices are like 100, 200 like that, which is having a difference of rupees 100. So 100, 200, 300, we have 400, then 500. Okay. Then units of quantity. Quantity demanded. How much it is? 120, 100, 80, 60, 40 like that it's there. So let me plot the values which is having a difference of 20 units. So 20, 40, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಈಗ ನೀವು 100 ರೂಪಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಪ್ರೈಸು ಎಷ್ಟು ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ನ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ವಿ? ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡೆಡ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ? 120 ಇದೆ. ಸೊ 100 is the price, 120 is the quantity demanded. So the point is here. Then when the price is rupees 200, how much you are going to purchase? You can purchase 100 units of goods. So you can mark the point 200 rupees price, 100 units of quantity of product. Next, when the price is rupees 300, how much you can purchase? You can purchase 80 units of goods. 300, then 80. So you can get the point here. Then next is when the price is rupees 400, how much you can purchase? You can purchase 60 units of goods. So the point is here. Then when the price is rupees 500, that is the maximum price of a good, what we are taken into consideration as an example, you can observe here. So when the price is rupees 500, how much you can purchase? You can purchase 40 units of goods. So 500 is the price, 40 units. So you can mark the point here. Okay, we can join these points to get a demand curve. So this is what this demand curve is, a market demand curve where we are adding the quantity demanded by both the consumers or customers, that is consumer A and consumer B. Here also what is happening, when the price is increasing, the quantity of goods demanded is decreasing. That is, when the price is rupees 100, you are purchasing 120 units. Then when the price is rupees 200, you are purchasing 100 units of goods. Then when the price is rupees 300, you are purchasing 80 units of goods. Then when the price is rupees 400, you are able to purchase 60 units of goods. And when the price is rupees 500, a consumer can purchase how much? Is purchasing 40 units of goods. Again here also the law of demand is applicable. That is, when the price is increasing, you can see here the quantity demanded by both the customers or by both the consumer A or consumer B, you can say that the quantity demanded is decreasing. And even you can observe in the market demand also, that is, even as the price is increasing 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 like that, even the market demand is decreasing. 120 did 100 ಆಯಿತು, next 80, 60, 40. Okay, this is about the market demand schedule. And here you came across the two types of demand schedule, that is individual demand schedule and another one is market demand schedule. So let me continue in the next class. Thank you.